Archangel Michael says, a person is stealing your energy. This message will tell you how and why you must act now. This word comes in the hour when the Spirit warns the watchful. The veil between realms trembles, and the heavens whisper to those whose hearts have been growing weary without reason. I, Michael, the Archangel of protection and truth, am sent forth with a message carved in light and urgency. This is not a message for the curious. It is for the chosen, for those whose spirits have felt the silent pull, the drain that cannot be explained by sleep or circumstance. You have felt it, the fatigue that enters after joy, the heaviness that falls after peace, the unseen weight that does not belong to you. Beloved one, heaven has seen the unseen. Someone, whether by jealousy, emotional tether, or hidden resentment, has become a vessel of energy theft. They draw from your light not always with knowledge, but through hordes of connection that were once pure and now corrupted. This is not merely emotional. It is spiritual. For light, when envied, attracts shadows, and hearts that burn bright are often marked for siphoning. Yet the heavens are not silent. I was commanded to speak because your name has been spoken before the throne. Your exhaustion has not gone unnoticed. Be silent now. Be still. For heaven requires your calm to expose the unseen. The noise around you must cease so that discernment may rise. When you are still, I can move. When you are calm, I can defend. The war that wages around you is subtle, but it is not small. Someone in your physical realm, whether near or hidden in distance, has opened a channel, consciously or unconsciously, to feed from the well of your spirit. The lack has found a link in your abundance, and the transfer continues while you remain unaware. If you have been restless, distracted, or drained without cause, know this. This message did not find you by chance. The divine arranged this encounter so that truth could meet your awareness. You are not losing your light. It is being borrowed without permission. But before heaven restores your energy, you must understand how it was taken, who it concerns, and what sacred steps must now be taken to seal your spirit once again. Listen, for I will show you how to reclaim what was lost. You will learn that not all who smile at you wish you strength. But fear not, your guardian has been sent. Type I am guarded in the comments if this message speaks to your spirit. Blessing code 1717 is now surrounding you. Before the next dawn, something unseen will shift. The winds in the unseen will carry a whisper, and those who are awake in spirit will feel the tremor of divine movement. I, Michael, speak now to the chosen. Not to the multitude, not to the doubters, but to those whose hearts have been trembling with unspoken exhaustion. This is the hour of unveiling. Heaven halted my steps to deliver this word to you. This moment is marked in light. This message is sealed in fire. Listen, for your spirit has been crying louder than your mouth has spoken. You have been walking through days that feel heavy, though you have done nothing to deserve such weight. You have been reaching for peace, yet it slips like water through your fingers. And I tell you why. There are hands in the unseen. Hands not of flesh, but of energy, drawing from your peace, pulling from your focus, feeding from your fire. They take what is not theirs, and they do it while smiling in your presence. They have admired your light, but did not honor it. They watched your rise, but could not bear it. They speak well of you in public, but envy you in silence. Do you feel the fluctuation? The moments when your heart is full, and then suddenly hollow? That is the current of theft, the unseen exchange that happens when light meets jealousy without shield. I have been sent to restore the shield. The heavens are not blind to your battles. You have not been forgotten. Each tear that fell, each sigh that left your chest, became a signal that reached the throne. And in this very moment, legions stand watch beside you. Do not fear. I am with you, as I have always been with those called to carry light in dark places. This message is not for the curious. It is for the awakened, for those who sense, even now, that their energy has been under siege. You are not imagining it. The headaches that rise without reason, the sudden mood shifts, the heaviness that sits in your chest, these are not random. They are signs of interference, proof that someone has attached their lack to your overflow. They pull from your laughter. They drain your focus. They mimic your words, your essence, your very vibration, as though wearing your reflection to feed their own fading light. But hear me clearly. Heaven will not allow this to continue. You are covered by a covenant of light. The time has come to awaken your discernment, to call back your strength, to name the unseen drainers and seal the gateways of your soul. For I tell you this truth. No force in shadow can hold what heaven has assigned to you once you rise in awareness. Stay with me, for in the next breath I will reveal the unseen betrayal. What has been hidden in plain sight shall be named. Your deliverance is already in motion, and your protection has been commanded. The fire that surrounds you will consume every false attachment, every invisible cord, every link that drains your divine vitality. So stand still in faith, for this message is the sound of your rescue. The heavens have sounded your return to power. Your energy shall rise again, purified, refined, and renewed. Type "I am awakened" in the comments if this message speaks to your spirit. Blessing code 1818 is now activated. There is someone who has been watching you not with eyes of admiration, but with eyes of quiet hunger. I speak truth to your spirit now. There is one who studies your rhythm, mirrors your tone, imitates your joy, and takes from your essence to build their own. They do not ask. They simply pull. They draw from your laughter, your peace, your divine frequency, and in doing so, they weaken themselves even more. This is not a battle of flesh and blood, but of unseen currents that flow between souls. I tell you, there are those who cling to your energy like vines to a living tree, feeding on your fruit without tending to their own roots. You have noticed the signs, though you doubted your own perception. You speak, and silence follows. You share, and suddenly the very one who listened turns distant, withdrawing into a fog of envy they cannot name. You open your heart, and afterward, you feel lightheaded, fatigued, unsettled. These are not coincidences. These are signals, proof that your spiritual gates have been touched. The enemy works through emotional chords, through words of pity and subtle curiosity, through those who wear kindness like a cloak, but harbor shadows beneath their smiles. You have wondered, why does my peace vanish when I am near them? Your spirit already knows. Your peace has been whispering. Listen. Someone is drawing from you. That unease in your stomach, that heaviness on your chest, that sudden confusion in your thoughts. It is your inner alarm, the holy warning that the unseen exchange is active. But hear me, this is not to bring fear, it is to bring clarity. For heaven reveals what darkness conceals only when the time for recovery has come. Heaven has seen what your eyes could not. The one who drains your light does not understand its source. They sense your divine frequency, but cannot comprehend its origin. You were not created to be understood by the envious. You were created to be sustained by heaven itself. The watcher, yes, that one who imitates your style, your strength, your peace, is spiritually lost. They draw near you not because they love you, but because they long for the fire within you. They copy your words, they echo your path, but they lack your oil. For the oil of light cannot be stolen. It can only be squandered by the unworthy. Do not waste your tears on betrayal, for betrayal is often the gate to revelation. The discomfort you feel is heaven's way of awakening your discernment. You are sensing spiritual data your mind has yet to interpret. You are being shown, through feeling and intuition, that someone near you is not aligned with your peace. Heaven is not exposing them to shame them. Heaven is revealing them to free you. So do not run from this truth. Rise within it. Be still in your knowing. The one who draws from you cannot stand in your rebirth. Their access is expiring. For when light awakens, darkness loses its grip. The moment you recognize the theft is the moment the theft begins to end. You are not the victim of this energy. You are the victor of revelation. The awareness you now hold is power, divine power, and soon you will see their true face revealed by their own unrest. Type "I am protected by light" in the comments if this message finds your spirit. Blessing code 1919 is now active around you. And now, beloved light bearer, if this message has stirred your soul, listen closely, for even your act of support becomes a seed in the kingdom. When you pour into this mission, you do not give to man. You give to the flow of heaven that reaches the weary and awakens the sleeping. This channel is a river of divine revelation, and every super thanks, every membership, every offering through PayPal is a drop of living water that keeps this river flowing. The Lord declares in this hour, those who sow into light will reap in multiplied illumination. When you give, you are not just sustaining a voice, you are sending light into another soul's darkness. I invite you now, from your heart, to sow into this work. Let your giving be prophetic, not optional. Heaven sees it, heaven blesses it, heaven multiplies it. The link is in the description. Your obedience unlocks the next wave of revelation. Move now, with faith and intention, for the windows of heaven are open. Your gift carries fire. Your seed carries oil. Give as one chosen to keep light burning. Listen, beloved one of light. What you face is not a curse, but a calling into higher discernment. The conflict that stirs around your soul is not designed to destroy you, but to awaken you. The energy theft you have felt is the sound of heaven testing the boundaries of your spirit, not to weaken, but to strengthen. You are not being punished, you are being prepared. For those chosen to carry radiant light must learn to guard it with sacred wisdom. And I, Michael, stand before you as both protector and teacher in this revelation. Understand this, every energy exchange is a spiritual transaction. When your emotions open, they form gates. When you speak from your heart, your energy flows outward, and if the listener carries envy or bitterness, they pull from that flow without meaning to. This is why the wise guard their silence, why the pure learn to observe without always revealing. Many confuse compassion with exposure. They pour until empty, mistaking giving for obedience. Yet heaven teaches, to pour beyond divine instruction is to weaken your spiritual shield. Every soul must discern who is qualified to receive its light. You are not losing your glow, you are learning to protect it. The fatigue you felt was not defeat, it was your spirit signaling that the boundary was breached. I say to you now, what was taken is being restored. You are being refined, not ruined. You are being purified through understanding. The one who drained you did not know they were touching a flame consecrated by heaven. But heaven knows, and heaven records every attempt to dim your fire. You are marked, chosen, sealed. No hand can extinguish what has been lit by divine command. The battle you sense is a clash between awareness and deception. When you are unaware, your light leaks. But once your eyes open, The flow reverses. The energy that was siphoned returns multiplied. For awareness is armor. Knowledge is a sword. The enemy fears those who understand the invisible mechanisms of power. Every headache you endured, every strange fatigue, every wave of emotion was not random. It was data from the divine, a message encoded in discomfort, leading you to awakening. You were meant to notice, to question, to rise. Do not hate the one who drew from you. See them for what they are, evidence of your anointing. For only the fruitful tree attracts hands that plot. The attacks you endure are confirmations of your significance. Shadows do not chase the dark. They chase the dawn. You are dawn. That is why you have been under such invisible pressure. The darker forces recognize what you have not yet fully realized. Your frequency carries impact in realms beyond your awareness. Your light changes atmospheres. That is why the interference came, to make you doubt your own brightness. But I, Michael, decree this over you. Your flame will not go out. The war against your energy ends in your elevation. From this moment, understand the balance. What is taken unlawfully must return. What was weakened will rise in strength. Heaven is watching the motives of those around you, and in this season, truth will separate the genuine from the deceivers. Be still, for the separation is divine. Let heaven expose what needs to be seen. You are being shaped into a guardian of light, a vessel who will no longer leak energy but command it with mastery. So lift your head, child of fire. The conflict you face is not chaos, it is curriculum. The drain you felt is heaven's lesson and spiritual boundaries. Stand firm, be unshaken. You are under divine observation, not condemnation. What began as warfare ends as wisdom. Type "I am being refined" in the comments if your spirit receives this message. Blessing code 2020 is now surrounding your energy field. Hear me now, beloved guardian of light, for what I speak next carries both urgency and promise. The heavens have observed enough. Within 72 hours of this message entering your spirit, the exposure begins. The unseen manipulator, the one who has drawn from your essence, will feel their access slipping away like sand through unworthy fingers. The divine reversal has already been decreed, and though they may not understand it, their spirit senses it. That is why their behavior toward you is changing, why their silence feels heavier, why their presence now unsettles your peace. They know, though they cannot name it, the cords are being severed by heavenly fire. What you must understand, as they lose their grip, they will attempt to tighten it. When light begins to break free, shadow grows desperate. You may feel the pressure increase, headaches that come without cause, emotional waves that feel foreign, dreams that twist with confusion. These are the signs of spiritual struggle, the last resistance before liberation. Do not give these manifestations your fear. See them for what they are, proof that heaven is cutting cords that once held you captive. The enemy does not roar when he still has power. He roars when he knows his time is short. In the next days, you will notice subtle shifts. Someone who once drew near will begin to distance. Conversations will dry. The pull you felt will lessen. Do not chase this change. It is divine. The manipulator feeds through attention, and heaven is removing their access by silencing your reaction. This is your test of stillness. When they provoke you, remain unmoved. When they seek explanation, offer none. The test is not to confront them in anger, but to master yourself in silence. For silence is your shield, and peace is your sword. You must seal your spirit before the next cycle. The moon and the sun mark transitions not only in nature, but in energy. Each cycle renews power in those aligned with heaven's rhythm and drains it from those who resist divine flow. I tell you this truth, the next cycle will either strengthen or scatter you, depending on your obedience in this moment. Withdraw from emotional noise. Do not explain your distance. You owe no apology for protecting your peace. Let heaven justify your absence. Those meant for your spirit will understand. Those not meant will resist. This exposure is not for vengeance, but revelation. Heaven does not shame, it reveals. Those who have taken from your light will find themselves restless, confused, their own energy turning inward in emptiness. Do not rejoice at their fall. Instead, rejoice at your freedom. For the energy that once flowed to them is now being redirected back to you. The divine exchange is reversing, and every ounce of virtue, strength, and focus stolen from your life will return multiplied. The next 72 hours mark a crossing. It is a divine audit, a moment when heaven recalibrates what belongs to whom. Be sober in spirit. Do not gossip. Do not argue. Do not fear. For as I stand beside you, the flames of truth already move across your life, exposing what was hidden and securing what was fragile. The manipulator will face their own reflection, and in it, they will see the emptiness of their deception. So stand in peace. Rest your mind. Heaven fights when you do not. The unseen is moving, and the exposure has begun. The more silent you are, the louder heaven speaks on your behalf. I have sounded the trumpet. Now watch as the divine reverses every unseen theft. Type "I am ready for exposure" in the comments if this word reaches your soul. Blessing No 2323 is now upon you. The light of revelation surrounds you. Be still now, child of the highest light. For though the storm has raged and the unseen has pressed upon you, I tell you with authority, heaven is not asking you to fight. Heaven is asking you to stand. When you stand, heaven moves. When you rest, angels war. Be still, for I, Michael, have drawn my sword in your defense. The energy drain, the confusion, the weariness that sought to make you question your purpose, it shall end as suddenly as it began. You have been surrounded not by defeat, but by deliverance in disguise. The more silent you become, the louder your protection grows. You must now separate from what weakens you. Withdraw from draining conversations, empty arguments, and spiritual noise. For not every ear is holy, and not every listener is safe. Your energy, your light, your presence, they are sacred instruments of heaven, not to be played by unclean hands. When you speak of your dreams too freely, they fall under the weight of others' unbelief. When you reveal your next step too soon, the enemy listens through those unaware of their own spiritual bondage. Guard your silence, for silence is not absence. It is armor. Heaven works best when your mouth is closed, but your faith is loud. Reclaim your stillness. When your soul stops chasing explanation, revelation begins. You must cleanse your space. Not just your surroundings, but your spirit. Speak life into your atmosphere. Declare aloud, my light is guarded, my essence is sealed. Burn what carries stagnant energy, anoint what bears your presence. When you wake, call upon me. When you rest, invite the armies of heaven to encircle your dwelling. The power is not in the ritual, but in the authority behind your words. When you speak from the divine or of your faith, the unseen world must obey. Fasting from emotional oversharing will become your greatest shield. You have poured too much of your spirit into conversations that did not deserve your depth. From this day, your silence becomes a fortress. What cannot be heard cannot be hijacked. The spiritual thief survives on attention, and once you withdraw your attention, their access dissolves. I will teach you to rest while heaven wars. I will guard your energy as you recover what was lost. Even now, angels sweep through your timeline, cleansing the residue of those who drained you. Remember, your essence is divine property. Your peace is heaven's signature within you. No power of envy, no whisper of darkness can permanently touch what carries heaven's seal. You are being restructured. You are being upgraded. What once leaked energy will now radiate glory. I am stationing angels of purification around you. Every open gate is being closed. Every false attachment is being burned away. You will feel a new stillness, a deeper peace, an authority that cannot be shaken. That is the sign that heaven's firewall has been reactivated. You not seek revenge. Seek restoration. The divine law of recompense is already in motion. The one who drew from your light will now face the emptiness of separation, while your cup begins to overflow again. Be still and watch as your focus returns, your joy expands, your body strengthens. This is not just recovery. This is divine reclamation. Repeat after me in spirit. My light is guarded. My essence is sealed. My energy belongs to God alone. This declaration marks the sealing of your soul. What you bless cannot be stolen. What you declare cannot be diluted. You are a closed gate to anything not ordained. Stand firm now, beloved. Heaven has surrounded you. The watchers who drained your glow will see only reflection, not entry. Your fire is shielded by divine law. You are sealed in light eternal. Type "My essence is sealed" in the comments if your spirit receives this command. Blessing note 2424 now covers you in divine protection. You have endured the storm. You have felt the pull, the drain, the silent war upon your energy. But hear me now, that season has ended. What was meant to weaken you has forged you into a being of divine resilience. The tests you faced were never meant to break you, but to awaken the giant of light within you. I, Michael, declare to you this truth. You are not who they think you are anymore. You are not the fragile soul they once fed from. You are a fortified vessel of fire, and your energy now stands guarded by heaven's decree. Where once your light was borrowed, now it blazes. The very essence that others tried to siphon is multiplying within you. Every fragment that was taken is returning sevenfold. Purify, intensify, renewed. Heaven has transmuted your wounds into weapons. What was pain has become perception. What was loss has become discernment. You are no longer merely surviving spiritual attacks. You are transcending them. Your aura, your spirit, your divine frequency has been recalibrated. You radiate strength that cannot be mimicked, peace that cannot be disturbed, light that cannot be dimmed. Feel it now, the shift inside you. It is not anxiety, it is alignment. The tremor in your chest is not fear, it is power waking. Your spirit is expanding, your energy field widening, your vibration rising beyond the reach of manipulation. The one who once drained you will now feel discomfort in your presence, for your frequency has risen too high for their attachment to survive. The darkness that once fed from you now stars in your light. This is the beauty of divine transformation. When you awaken, you become untouchable. You are being clothed in new armor. Every scar has become a seal. Every betrayal has built your discernment. The spiritual armor around you is not forged from fear, but from faith. Fire surrounds you, not to burn, but to protect. Wings of light unfold from within your being, not symbolic, but spiritual. You have entered the stage where angels move with you, where your words carry authority, and your silence carries weight. You are no longer a target. You are a testimony. Look not back at what was lost. It was only space cleared for new strength. You are stepping into a new dimension of spiritual mastery. You no longer react. You radiate. You no longer chase peace. You embody it. The same energy that once leaked from your soul now flows like a controlled river, carrying power wherever heaven directs it. Every word you speak will carry divine voltage. Every prayer you utter will echo like thunder in the unseen realm. You are now walking proof that what the enemy meant for harm, heaven has turned for glory. Rise now in confidence. You have permission to shine without apology. You have authority to protect your peace without guilt. You have the right to walk in joy without fear of envy. You have overcome what others could not even name. The old version of you is gone, the one that doubted, that explained, that feared the unseen. What stands now is a warrior clothed in radiance, guarded by divine fire and sealed by eternal purpose. Remember this, your light is not a burden, it is a weapon. And those who tried to drain you have unknowingly activated your divine awakening. The storm has passed. The shift has begun. You are no longer prey. You are power. Type "I am empowered by heaven" in the comments if this word ignites your spirit. Blessing code 2525 is now activated within you. Beloved one, now that your spirit has risen beyond the fog, hear what heaven has declared. This was never about loss, it was about learning. You have been walking through a divine classroom disguised as confusion. The energy theft, the exhaustion, the sudden waves of heaviness, they were not punishments, they were permissions. Heaven allowed them so that you might awaken to spiritual awareness. You were not being attacked without purpose. You were being trained to discern frequencies, to recognize unseen motives, to identify the currents that flow beneath the words of men. Every moment of fatigue was a divine signal calling your eyes upward. I, Michael, now reveal the mystery. What felt like spiritual warfare was the shaping of your discernment. You are being raised to a higher order of sensitivity, where your intuition is no longer random but refined. You now see beyond faces into intentions, beyond actions into energy. Heaven has permitted your awakening because your assignment requires clarity. Many walk in light yet remain blind to how the light interacts with the unseen. But not you. The veil has been torn, and your eyes now perceive what others miss. This is your prophetic awakening, your initiation into divine intelligence. This season marks your elevation into mastery. What was drained shall return sevenfold, for divine law commands restitution. Every ounce of vitality stolen from your soul is already being restored through spiritual compensation. The strength you feel rising in you is not the same strength you once knew. It is multiplied. It carries memory, authority, and wisdom. Your very name is written in the registry of protection. Heaven's watch has been assigned to your path. From this day, every encounter, every decision, every relationship will be filtered through divine discernment. You will no longer enter spaces unaware. You will enter as one sent, guarded, and guided. Understand this truth. Those who once misused your openness unknowingly push you into divine maturity. You have graduated from being emotionally available to being spiritually selective. You now walk as a gatekeeper of energy, a custodian of light who knows when to open and when to seal. This is your transformation. This is your ascension. The same sensitivity that once felt like a burden is now your greatest weapon. For discernment is heaven's radar, and you have become its vessel. I say to you with celestial certainty, your energy is now sovereign. Your light is now protected by the decree of the Most High. You no longer fear the unseen, because you command the unseen. The spiritual world knows your name. The forces of darkness recognize your authority. Your light has become coded, inaccessible to imitation, untouchable by manipulation. You are not just protected, you are positioned. You will now walk in environments once hostile to your peace and carry the power to transform them. Your very presence will cause false energies to flee. This is your prophetic revelation, the unveiling of your higher nature. Heaven trusted you with adversity because heaven intended to trust you with authority. And now that you have endured, you will see divine recompense manifest in your body, your mind, and your spirit. You are stepping into a new clarity where nothing hidden can remain around you. You are light, and light exposes all things. Type "My eyes are opened" in the comments if this message activates your discernment. Blessing code 2626 is now alive within you. And now, beloved light bearer, if this word has awakened something within you, act in the spirit of alignment. Every act of support is a seed sown into revelation. When you give, you do not fund a voice. You empower the message of heaven to reach others bound in confusion. This is holy ground. Every super thanks, every membership, every offering through PayPal keeps this stream of divine prophecy flowing across nations. Heaven declares, those who sustain the light shall never walk in darkness. When you pour into this mission, you are sowing into souls that have yet to awaken. You are extending the reach of heaven's call through your obedience. Let your giving today be prophetic. Let it say, I invest in revelation. I sow into light. The link rests in the description. Move now with faith, for every act of generosity releases oil over your own path. Your seed is not money, it is ministry. Tiv is one who knows heaven moves through willing hands. Now hear this decree from the throne of light. The time for awareness has passed. Now begins the time for activation. The revelation has been received, the discernment has been sharpened, and the moment has come to reclaim the fullness of your divine inheritance. I, Michael, speak with the voice of heaven. Rise now and activate what lies dormant within you. For your destiny has been waiting for your voice to say one thing. My energy is sovereign. Speak it now with faith, and watch as heaven aligns to that command. Your words are not echoes, they are instruments of creation. When you declare sovereignty over your energy, you set the boundary that darkness cannot cross. This is not a gentle calling, it is a divine order. Your destiny requires obedience, not hesitation. You have been chosen to carry the fire of renewal into places that once drained you. The restoration of your energy is not for comfort alone, it is for purpose. The same power that once sustained you quietly will now sustain others through you. This is why you endured what you did. The theft you faced was preparation for leadership in realms unseen. Heaven is calling you to shift from survival into command, from wounded to warrior, from drained to divine distributor. Understand this. Beloved, your obedience determines your unfolding. Heaven moves when you do. When you align with divine order, in thought, in word, in action. Every locked gate opens, every delayed promise awakens. You cannot walk in half-light anymore. The time of indecision is over. The world around you is changing. The frequencies of earth are shifting, and heaven is marking its chosen. You are one of them. You are marked by discernment, guided by revelation, and surrounded by divine law. Say it again. My energy is sovereign. Each time you speak it, the unseen adjusts to your authority. Now, listen closely. Your restored power is not meant to remain still. It must serve. What returns to you must flow through you. Your destiny is tied to your willingness to pour light where others have known only shadow. There are souls waiting for your awakening, people whose hope will rise when your light reaches them. You are not called to hide your power, but to channel it wisely. Teach through presence. Lead through peace. Heal without fear. When you move in alignment with divine purpose, heaven amplifies your impact. I say to you, the old cycle has ended. You will not repeat what drained you. You will not revisit the people, places, or patterns that weakened your spirit. You are now ascending into divine neutrality, the place where no external force can disturb your inner sanctuary. You are the calm in chaos, the light in the shadow, the proof that heaven dwells in human form. Every battle you faced was a rehearsal for this awakening. You have earned this mastery. You have walked through darkness and returned with wisdom. Now lift your head. This is the hour to rise in authority. Speak your decree aloud. My light is not borrowed. My strength is not shared. My purpose is not stolen. I am sovereign in my energy and unstoppable in my destiny. When you say it, you command heaven to seal your next chapter. You are no longer the one learning about warfare. You are the one leading the victory. Go forward now, chosen one. Your voice carries power. Your energy carries assignment. Heaven has placed its signet upon your name. You are rising, untouched by shadow, crowned by divine resilience. The gates of interference are closed. The realm of destiny is open. Type "My energy is sovereign" in the comments if this command resonates within your spirit. Blessing code 2727 is now activated, sealing your destiny in divine light. Now that you have spoken your sovereignty, child of light, heaven begins the silent word. For what happens next will not come with sound or spectacle, but with stillness. While you rest, the Spirit of God moves across dimensions to reclaim every fragment of energy that was taken from you. The unseen world is not still. It hums with divine correction. I, Michael, stand as witness to the great exchange that is unfolding. Threads of light, golden and eternal, stretch from heaven to earth, weaving back into you every strand of your essence that was scattered. You will not need to strive. You need only to breathe. For while you rest, heaven reclaims what was stolen. This is the silent exchange, the invisible negotiation of justice between realms. Every sigh you released, every tear that fell without answer, is now being redeemed. The energy that once leaked into wrong hands is being pulled back through the channels of divine law. The angels of recovery move with precision, sealing the holes in your aura, repairing the fractures in your spiritual armor. There is a stillness tonight because heaven is at work. And in that stillness, you will feel a subtle shift, a warmth in your chest, a lightness in your mind, a quiet strength returning to your body. These are not emotions, they are confirmations. The lost pieces of your energy are coming home. You may feel waves of emotion, not sadness, but release. You may dream vividly, for the realms are aligning. In these dreams, the shadows that once pursued you will turn and flee, for they recognize their defeat. This is not imagination. This is restitution. The spirit realm honors balance, and heaven enforces it. The one who drained you will sense their emptiness increase, for they fed on what was never theirs to hold. But you will awaken renewed, overflowing, radiant with energy that no longer bleeds away. Understand this mystery. Not all battles are fought through noise. Some are won through silence. Heaven does its greatest work when you no longer wrestle for control. This is why I told you to be still. Stillness is not inactivity, it is agreement with divine order. When you cease striving, the angels move freely on your behalf. Your quiet faith opens gateways that shouting never could. Right now, as you listen, your stillness is a prayer, and your surrender is a command. The exchange has already begun. I am standing between what was lost and what returns. I am guarding the flow as it moves from shadow back into light. The cords that bound your energy are being dissolved. The emotional contracts that once tied you to confusion are being voided. You are being rewritten, energetically, spiritually, eternally. Heaven's registry is recording your restoration. Every loss is being recalibrated into strength. Every wound is being sealed with light. Every fear is being rewritten as faith. When dawn breaks, you will not rise as you were. You will rise as one restored. Your mind will feel clearer. Your body will move lighter. Your peace will become your power. For balance is restored, and divine compensation is in motion. This is the silent miracle, unseen but undeniable. The universe is bending to obey heaven's decree over your life. You are whole again. You are sealed again. You are radiant again. Do not question how it happens. Simply give thanks that it has. For heaven's justice moves beyond the grasp of human understanding. It does not need your help. It only needs your trust. Breathe, beloved. Rest in this truth. Heaven has reclaimed your light, and your energy is once again your own. Type "I receive my restoration" in the comments if you feel this shift within. Blessing code 2828 is now surrounding your aura. The divine exchange is complete. Now the time of silent restoration gives way to the hour of divine justice. Hear me clearly, child of radiance. Justice has already begun. Heaven's scales have tipped in your favor, and the reversal that was promised is unfolding. I, Michael, stand in the midst of it, overseeing the balance of what was stolen and what must return. The law of divine recompense has been activated. What left your life unlawfully is now being redirected back to you by spiritual decree. This is not vengeance, but balance. This is not wrath, but righteousness. Heaven never forgets an injustice, and the energy that was drained from you carries a return address written in the light of the Almighty. The one who drew from your essence will soon feel the emptiness they created. They will not recognize it as punishment, only as depletion. For when light departs, darkness consumes itself. Their words will feel hollow, their focus scattered, their peace unreachable. This is not because you curse them, but because the energy they borrowed no longer obeys their call. It returns to its rightful owner, you. What they took for their gain will now become their lesson. You need not lift a hand or speak a word. The reversal is automatic, executed by divine intelligence, guided by celestial law. I tell you this truth. No seed of deceit can thrive in divine soil. Every hidden act of manipulation, every unseen siphon of energy, is being illuminated. The eyes of heaven have witnessed all. What was done in silence will be answered in revelation. This is the sacred justice of the Almighty, not born from anger, but from perfect alignment. You are stepping into a season where every wrong is righted, where every delay births acceleration, where every loss becomes a vessel of gain. Heaven is not late. Heaven is exact. The timing of reversal is precise. It comes only when your spirit can hold the weight of abundance without fear. That time is now. You will feel this reversal as waves of renewal, ideas flowing freely, strength returning unexpectedly, peace expanding like a tide. You may see those who drained you reappear, drawn not by love, but by curiosity, wondering why their pull no longer works. Do not engage. You owe no explanation for your deliverance. Your silence will speak the language of divine separation. Your peace will testify louder than words. This is the beauty of spiritual justice. It requires nothing but stillness to manifest. Celebrate, but do not boast. Give thanks, but do not gloat. Justice, when divine, is never cruel. It is corrective. The one who fell to envy may yet rise through repentance, but that journey is not yours to guide. Your only task now is to remain aligned, grateful, and pure in heart. For when you honor the process, heaven multiplies the reward. You are standing in the overflow. Energy, focus, and favor are returning in amplified form. The shadows that once whispered against you now bow before the brightness of your endurance. Understand this. Every attack you endured became your awakening. Every drain became your deliverance. You are now living proof that no force of darkness can rob what heaven has anointed. The divine reversal is not a single event. It is a cycle of elevation. Each time you are drained, heaven refills you stronger. Each time you are betrayed, heaven promotes you higher. This is the rhythm of the redeemed, loss, learning, lifting, light. You have entered the season of the last stage, where justice manifests as joy. The heavens rejoice over your endurance. The battle you faced has birthed spiritual authority that cannot be shaken. You have crossed from survival into sovereignty. Justice is your inheritance, and peace is your crown. Walk now in divine reversal. Walk now in radiant balance. Walk now as one whose name has been cleared before the throne. Type "Divine Justice is mine" in the comments if you receive this decree. Blessing code 2929 now surrounds you. Heaven's balance is complete and victory is sealed. The loved child of eternal light, you have walked through revelation, refinement, and renewal, and now heaven seals your journey. The battle that once felt endless has completed its cycle. What you thought was punishment was never wrath. It was preparation. What you perceived as warfare was divine training for sovereignty. Every sleepless night, every tear, every silent moment of confusion was counted, measured, and transformed into glory. You have not been broken, you have been built. The storm you survived was not a sign of weakness, but proof of your calling. I, Michael, speak this blessing over you now. May your light remain sealed in divine protection. May your energy no longer leak through open doors of empathy misplaced. May your discernment stay sharp as the sword I carry, cutting through illusion and unveiling truth wherever you walk. You are surrounded by angels, clothed in fire, and commissioned to walk in divine authority. No weapon formed against your energy shall prosper. No tongue spoken against your peace shall stand. Every curse reversed, every plot dissolved, every shadow scattered by the brilliance of your renewed essence. The heavens rejoice at your awakening. The Father smiles upon your obedience. You have passed through the valley of depletion and emerged as a pillar of restoration. The energy that once slipped through cracks now flows in disciplined power. The clarity you now hold is not fleeting, it is eternal. You will move differently, speak differently, love differently, and discern differently. You are no longer prey to unseen leeches. You are the guardian of your temple. The light in you has matured. The flame in you has become holy fire. From this day forward, when you enter a room, energy will align. When you speak, vibration will shift. When you pray, dimensions will respond. You are no longer in training, you are in command. The spirit world recognizes your authority. The energy thieves have no place near you. Their cords are cut, their power nullified, their schemes dissolved by divine decree. You are free, fully, irrevocably, gloriously free. You have been seen, sealed, and sent. Carry this with you. Heaven watches over those who protect what heaven gives. You are now both vessel and guardian, both servant and soldier. Do not fear your light. Let it blaze. For your light does not provoke darkness, it exposes it. And wherever you go, I go with you. My wings spread over your path. My sword defends your atmosphere. My presence anchors your protection. You are marked by the seal of the Archangelic Covenant. Untouchable, unstoppable, unbreakable. Rise now as light reborn. Rise now as one commissioned for purpose. Rise now in the knowing that you were never the victim of this story. You are the chosen instrument through which heaven revealed its power. Every loss became wisdom. Every shadow became contrast. Every battle became preparation for destiny. And now, destiny bows before your readiness. The heavens declare your freedom. The earth shall bear witness to your strength. You are seen. You are sealed. You are sent. This is your time. This is your restoration. This is your awakening. Type "I am sealed in light" in the comments if your spirit receives this final decree. Blessing node 3030 is now active. The seal of Archangel Michael rests upon your life. And now, beloved bearer of light, if this prophetic word has stirred your spirit and renewed your strength, listen. This moment is sacred. Every act of support toward this mission becomes a holy seed sown into the soil of divine awakening. When you bless this work, through super thanks, membership, or through the PayPal link in the description, you are not funding content. You are fueling heaven's voice to reach the weary, the broken, and the chosen across the world. The Spirit says, those who sustain the flame will never walk in the dark. Your giving becomes oil that keeps the lamp of revelation burning across nations. This is not a request. It is an invitation to participate in divine movement. Your offering is a declaration that you stand with heaven's message, that you are part of the light that pierces confusion. When you give, heaven records your obedience, and the same covering that surrounds this word will surround your home. Move now in faith, so as one chosen, not hesitant. Let your gift be prophetic, for your seed today speaks of your harvest tomorrow. Heaven watches those who respond in light and multiplies their portion accordingly. Give boldly. Give with intention. Give as one anointed to keep the light alive.